Welcome everybody to Milo's new adventure. How you guys doing tonight? We're out here in the Ocala National Forest, just kind of messing around, stay the night, boondock, what they call it now, and kind of came out. Little Milo's in the car over there. I thought you guys might want to hear Milo's story. Well, guys, about 2018, my wife had passed away November the 7th, 2018. And yeah, for the people out there that has lost their loved ones, they know what I'm talking about, how hard that is. But my sister told me about a little dog that she had found on a website up in Washington, and a little Yorkie on. Wanted to know if I was interested, and I told her, yeah, sure, let me know about him. Call her back, let the lady know I'm interested, and we'll make arrangements and pick up the little guy. I was in the process of trying to get unloaded when my sister had told me that, and so she was going to go and check and find out about little Milo, and I went on and went to get unloaded. Well, it was probably overnight, because it was that afternoon when my sister Cindy had told me about little Milo, and so I went on up, got unloaded that night, and there's no phone reception up there where that was, so she couldn't call me. And I was kind of wondered what she had found out, because she was going to call the lady. And anyway, that next day I called her to see what she had found out. And she told me that she had some bad news, that when she called that lady the day before, yesterday afternoon, that she told my sister that she had already sold little Milo to somebody else. And when my sister was telling me that, my heart just broke, you know. It was like, well, I don't know if I should get one, you know, after what had happened. I was still hurting so bad, and it was like, well, you know, I just didn't know what to do. But then I got my excitement went up, you know, and it was like, yeah, I want him. I want to go ahead and get him. We'll go ahead and get him. And then she told me that, and it was like, oh man. So then I went down the other way. It was like, oh, I was real depressed then. Well, anyway, well, after she told me that, it was like, well, darn, I guess it just wasn't meant to be, I suppose. And so about 3 or 4 days it went by, and then my sister called and told me that the first family had sold little Milo to the second family. She said that the second family lady called her and told her that they didn't really want Milo either, that they was afraid that he was going to get hurt because they had big dogs. She was afraid that he was going to get hurt because they had big dogs. And then my sisters wanted to know if I was still interested, and I told her, well, yeah, I'm still interested, sure. And by that time, when I had heard that, I had made it back down here to Florida, and was getting unloaded. And I knew I had to pick up. That was like a Friday. I think it was Thursday maybe, and I had to. Oh, it was Friday, because I had to pick up a load of tomatoes Friday for a Monday delivery in New Jersey. Is what it was. I knew right where I had to go. That's a load that we had took up there a lot of different times, so I knew right where I had to go. And I told her to go ahead and get them if she didn't mind doing it that way. And that had to pick that load up in Immokalee, Florida. That's down South Florida, towards the Miami area. And then I had to be in New Jersey that Monday with it, and that to get them, and that I would go ahead and get them from her when I got there. So that's just kind of the story of them. And I picked them up when I got up there. Went there, got unloaded that Monday morning early. It was always early in there, like 4:35 in the morning. It was always a big pain to unload at that place, and we went there all the time. But anyway, so that's about how I got Milo. So just thought I'd, you know, I've heard a few people wanted to know, and so, all right, guys. He's got his little shirt on, and then he's got his little coat on. His little shirt and his little coat. I worry about him getting cold.